Hey, what's up guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to go over why I started swing trading recently and why exactly I'm specifically swing trading next decade stock. You ready? Let's get started. So this channel is all about using the online income opportunities we have with Merch by Amazon and Etsy to build our income online and invest this income in things like the stock market and real estate. If that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, most of you who have been watching this channel for a long time know that I am a long-term investor, and well, I decided to start swing trading recently. And what swing trading is, there are a lot of different opinions on what this process is, but for my purposes, it is investing in a company without looking at the future much except for about 3 weeks out. You're really following the momentum, you're following the news, and you're looking at a company to see whether or not they are on a momentum swing. And I know a lot of people don't really like to think about investing in momentum as a great strategy, but guess what? That is what drives up a stock's price. Yes, the value of a company does affect it. Yes, what the company is doing does affect the stock price, but overall momentum is what drives up stock prices. The fear of missing out, the increased earnings and increased revenue and increased popularity of a company all factor into momentum that drives a stock price up. And so in these situations, if you ride a stock for 3 weeks and it goes up 15 to 20% while you're in that stock, you make 15 to 20% on your money, and then what you do is either reinvest back in that stock if you like it, or you find a different stock that you think has the opportunity to go up 15 to 20% as well. Obviously, there is the risk of the fact that this could go down. So there are a few ways that we're going to talk about as far as why I look at certain stocks, how I look at them, and why I pick specifically the next decade as the company to invest in for a swing trade. So why am I swing trading though? Because everyone, like I said, everyone who's watched this channel knows that I am a long-term investor and I really value looking at companies over the long term to make those decisions. Well, I have my 4 to 5 companies that I look at right now and I'm heavily invested in them. But I have cash on the sidelines because, this is a market where everything is trending upwards. There's not a lot of opportunity to buy in and buy the dip because we just came out of a pretty massive dip for most of the companies I'm invested in. And so right now it doesn't really make sense for me to look for opportunities to buy in because the buy-in opportunity seems to have passed us by for quite a while. So what the opportunity is now is that there are a lot of companies that are on the rise, going through similar rocky situations that my stocks have been through, and I could potentially jump on different rides here and there, do some swing trades, build up some capital on the side, and go into different companies and see maybe if some of these could actually turn out to be long-term plays. But anyway, I'm really just doing this because it's fun, and there's an opportunity I have to do it, and just have some cash on the sidelines, and so this seems like a good idea. I understand that I could lose a lot of my money, but I've put a certain amount of money aside that I want to do for swing trading, and so this is what I'm going to do. And so now, how am I going to go about swing trading, and exactly what am I looking at for stocks that I want to invest in as far as swing trades? Now, the first thing that I look at, I've already talked about, is momentum. And just like I said before, a lot of people really hate on the fact that momentum stocks are a thing. They aren't really excited about the fact that, people jump on the hype and then, the hype just seems to just go up and up and up. Now, this is definitely not saying that you need to invest in things like AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry or Nokia. These are definitely momentum plays, but momentum in a very different way. Whenever I say I'm investing on the momentum of a company, I'm really investing on the fundamentals of that company and actual statistics of this company that show that they have potential growth, and not just looking at a Reddit community and seeing when everybody is going to YOLO all their money. So I do have some amount of fundamentals that I'm looking at for these companies, but for the most part, momentum is a great asset to look for when going into these companies. And I also want to know that they're doing something that is trending or popular with where society is at right now, because society is going to move and invest into what is going to benefit society as a whole. So What really helps with this is to look at something like Google Trends. So what I'll do is take the topic of what the company does, I'll put that into Google Trends, and I'll see where exactly the world is on this, because what Google Trends does is tracks the search volume and the interest of people who use the internet about certain topics. So if you put something like carbon capture into the Google Trends bar, you're going to see that over the last 5 years, carbon capture has grown and is dramatically increasing in popularity. And these are the type of things that really make me excited about swing trading stocks, because I can tell when the country or society as a whole is interested in something. And being in the areas that people are interested in is going to be much better, because those companies are going to grow much faster. So I definitely want to know that the company is doing something that is trending or in line with where society is moving as a whole. And also I want to know that these companies are financially stable. I don't want to be in a company that is going to possibly go bankrupt next week, or they are on their last leg and as soon as I invest, they're going downhill and then I've lost all my money. Whenever I do these swing trade stocks, I do look at companies that are around or under $5 a share. So this is a prime area for companies to be in a shaky situation. But I want to make sure the companies I'm investing in are going to be in a future stable situation. And so they have cash on the balance sheet, they don't have much debt, and they're just in those initial startup phases. Because like I said, I want to, if possible, I could turn this into a long-term position or just swing trade this stock multiple times and ride it all the way up. So for those reasons, this is why I'm really excited about swing trading, and also the time horizon. The reason that I'm looking at swing trading is because I have a max time horizon of around 3 weeks. And with 3 weeks, this will give me enough time to catch a trend, go with the stock long enough to see a pretty substantial upswing. And if not, then I'm going to either be flat or catch a major downtrend. And so in those situations where I go flat or catch a major downtrend, I'm likely going to stay in the stock and ride that one out and hopefully get back to a point where the stock is at least at where I sold it or a little bit higher. And so those are really my fundamentals for what exactly I'm looking for in a stock for a swing trading option. And so now I've got a few other things. Why exactly did I pick Next Decade as the stock to start investing in as far as swing trading? And what do they bring to the table as a company that makes them fit the criteria that we've talked about? Well, Next Design is a company that installs or has a carbon capture facility and is making it more efficient than having companies retrofit their outfit as far as being in a gas and oil industry to reduce their carbon emissions. So they are located in Texas, and Texas is prime country for oil and gas. And this company, like I said, will do the carbon capture for these companies and store the carbon that is captured, instead of retrofitting the entire organization and facility of an oil and gas company that they work with. And you might remember that another company that I'm invested in for the long term, Aemetis, is doing something very similar to this. So whenever I saw this company doing this, I looked it up on Google Trends. I saw carbon capture is definitely growing in popularity. So check one, we are in a situation where this company is doing something society is moving towards, and the overall consensus is that this is growing in popularity. So we are at the beginning stages of this company. And I think they have around $100 to $500 million market cap. So they are definitely a small cap company, which means there is a ton of room for growth and innovation in the future. Now, they were $3.11 whenever I invested in them. So let's talk about the cash they have on hand. Right now they have around $22 million in cash on hand on the balance sheet, and they only have around $200,000 worth of debt. So they could easily pay off this debt, be done with it, and move into a situation where they can fund themselves for a year or two into the future, or even possibly take on debt to get themselves through a tough spot. So we see that they are in a financially stable situation. They're doing something that is oriented towards where society is moving. And so these are two great stances so far for Next Decade. Now, they also are doing, the carbon capture like we talked about. that is moving in a great direction. And so what do I expect from this company? Where do I see them going as far as this swing trade? Is this swing trade going to be something where I hold on to it for the full 3 weeks, or am I going to get out sooner? Well, like I said, I want to be in a stock for the max term of time as 3 weeks. And then if I can make my money before that, which is 80%, I usually, if I go up 80%, I will wind up selling this stock. But for 3 weeks, I'm at least looking to hold this stock and see what happens, because there's a good chance that what they're doing is going to gain in popularity even more, because we're seeing the rise in tech stocks again. Because like we've seen in the past, the NASDAQ crashed. This company, Next, their ticker symbol is Next, N-E-X-T. And they are riding that same wave out of the crash that happened recently. They were on the upswing just like every other company was before this crash happened. And so it looks like we're going to have a pretty substantial ride up for a while. And since this company is just starting out, we can definitely expect that there is going to be some major growth that happens in the future. This is one that I might, swing in and out of a few times. I think that this company is a little bit like a Metis. They don't have quite the potential that a Metis does, but I think that they have at least, a $500, $800 million market cap potential. And this could be a great company to do swing trade every now and then, make 20, 30% here and there, and, have a little bit of extra side cash coming in. So anyway, one of the things that I am a little apprehensive about is the short-term gains tax that happens whenever you trade stocks like this. Because there is a 20-30% tax, I don't exactly know what the threshold is for that, like when that kicks in. Like if you make over $5,000 a year doing short-term trades, is that whenever it kicks in? So that's going to be something I need to do on my part. I might throw it up here on the screen to show you where or exactly when that happens, especially in Louisiana. So anyway, that is what I'm doing for Next Decade stock. I hope that this helps you guys. I hope that if you're interested in swing trading this stock, you'll check it out. If you have any thoughts or questions or suggestions for me about swing trading, if you could, leave those down in the comments below. I would love to read those and talk with you guys. But anyway, I hope you're having a great day. And remember, someone is going to do something amazing every day, guys. Why not you? See ya.